Hey, listener, thanks for checking out Bald Buzz. Make sure to stick around to the end because we've got an awesome hot take segment featuring some live call ins. So, things you don't want to miss. Make sure you stick around.
Hell yeah.
But how you been, man? I haven't seen you in a
Doing
while.
good.
How you doing, big
I'm
dog?
doing good. Dude, you've been calling me big dog all week.
It's been a thing.
Is this a I've not seen this online. Is this your inside joke, or is this like a trend right now?
I don't know. It could be. I could have picked it up from somewhere online, to be honest. But
Yeah. It's a really good bit because actually I should say last 2 weeks because you called me at like for a whole day on Memorial Day at a
Yep.
party, and you kept calling me it all day, and I didn't notice it at all until you called somebody else it for the first time, and then that person was like, "Oh, is this like what we're doing now? We just like call each other big dog." So that's a good bit, man. And now it's just stayed.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop. It might be that might be a summer thing this year.
Our friend was like,
You're
"Is
the
that
big
what you
dog."
call him now?"
Yeah, I told Daleen, I was like, I think it was on the Memorial Day party. I was like, I'm just gonna start calling. I'm just gonna keep saying it until someone says something. And
Everybody.
yeah, nobody said anything to
It's
me
not
though.
even- It's not even a nickname for one dude. It's just
Yeah,
everybody's big dog.
Everyone's big dog to me. I started calling Daleen big dog sometimes. Like I'll be leaving for work in the morning. I was like, see you later, big dog.
That's amazing. It's summer. It's
It is.
barbecuing season.
It is. Yep, I've
It's-
already fired it up multiple times.
Dude, sorry, I didn't mean to bang the table there. Yes, multiple
Yeah,
outside of the party.
I know, and I just got that thing like a week and a half ago. I want to say.
You're a new grillist.
So I might be. I don't know. I'm not like a. I'm still wouldn't put myself up there as like a grill expert, but
Well,
I'm
you
getting
are.
there.
You already have a leg up on most people who grill because
because I have a Weber griller.
you got a you got a coal. You're grilling on coals.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not.
Not a lot of people have the patience to grill on coals.
Propane freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't blame you.
I'm not a. I've seen too many videos of like I showed you last week of that truck blowing up.
That's so weird. Ever since you showed me that video, of that truck blowing up, please superimpose that.
Video of it.
Yeah, yeah. Ever since you showed me that video of that truck blowing up, it's been all over my social media.
Same video.
That exact same one.
Weird,
It must be
okay.
like super viral right now or something.
Because that was the only time I've seen it so far. I saw it on Reddit.
I saw it on Reddit. I saw it on Instagram.
Okay.
I think I saw it on Facebook probably. But yeah, like
Weird. And I have not seen it like outside of
propane's
Reddit so
scary
far.
though.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I even heard one time that like an ER nurse was talking about like the number one thing that they see people for in the ER, and it's propane related.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so I think like
Interesting.
that alone. I mean, I do have a Blackstone that needs propane, and I haven't used it yet because it hasn't been like nice enough weather.
Yeah.
But I might have to get over my fears and get like a propane tank to
Oh,
light
man.
that thing up.
That's so interesting that you say that because I've never met anyone who has had any incidences with that or anything like that. That's crazy. That's news to me that's like a very common
Yeah.
injury. But
Which is,
See-
you know, not something else you should be thinking about to be afraid of, because I think that you don't need any new fears in your life. Maybe I shouldn't have said
I want to
anything.
do a whole episode on what we're afraid of.
Fear related.
Yeah, I have a lot of stupid fears. But I was going to say, not even the safety aspect is what I was thinking. It's just the flavor and the taste. And
Oh yeah.
that's like the main thing is that like you have a leg up because you're going to have a better product because of the grill you're grilling on.
100%. I agree.
Even though it's not some fancy Blackstone or whatever.
No. No.
It's all about that char.
No. Yeah. Also, in other words, we do have, this is our last episode that we're filming before my bachelor party trip.
Yeah.
So make sure you come back for the next episode because we'll give you a recap on all the goings on that happened. I don't know if we should give them like a little bit of a flavor of what.
I think you should. And then I have a question. I'm glad that you brought this up because I have a question for you in regards to it that I wanted
Really?
to ask on
Okay.
the pod. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're just going down to Kentucky for a couple of days with some buds and visiting various distilleries, consuming, you know, a moderate amount of whiskey while we're down there and bourbon.
Ryan's a whiskey guy.
Yeah, I am. So it'll be fun. I think I went down there last year with a friend and we toured a few distilleries, and I was like, man, this would be so much fun to come back, but like in the summer, because we went in like spring and it was kind of like still cruddy out there.
Oh, okay.
Even though it is like further south of where we are, it was still, the weather was not like super great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, man, this would be like beautiful in like the summertime, like early summer would be great to come back. So been thinking about it since then. So I'm excited to go back, with more people because I think you guys will get a kick out of it too.
I'm excited too.
I think it'll be fun just to like hang out with everyone. So
What is the you said you'd be more beautiful. What's it like? What's the landscape like that you're around?
like the geography,
Yeah. Probably would
um,
yeah, geography.
it's very it's similar to where we are, where there's like that is a good question because what I remember is it being like flat in many areas, like
Okay.
in like the flatter parts of the state here. But then there's also like a lot more like valleys in
Okay.
that area. So
Okay. Yeah.
you'll still have like a lot of like plains and like lands for like growing crops and stuff. But overall, I would say it's more. I wouldn't even say mountainous because like you won't see a mountain while we're there, but it's like
Yeah.
it's got deeper valleys, I would say, and more frequent from what I remember.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but
yeah,
like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
be surprised if like for a while you're just like, man, there's a lot of flat land because we do have to drive through Indiana and there's like nothing.
Oh
in
yes,
Indiana.
my previous job I had headquarters was in Indiana.
Yeah.
I took quite a few trips out there, and there's nothing.
Absolutely
There's
nothing.
nothing out there. Yeah, it's crazy.
When I was driving down it, it was just it was us in a car and then it was just semis. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just like a
And
transportation.
corn.
Yeah, corn. I think it's just like a cargo route is all Indiana is. Like you got like maybe one big city in Indiana. You got Indianapolis.
Yep.
And that's it. Everything else is just like just get across the state as fast as you can.
Lots of Amish. Lots of Amish people.
Yeah, I mean I
in
wouldn't be
Indiana.
surprised. I don't remember seeing any while we were there, but
The whole city that HQ was in, where we were at, was just all Amish people.
Amishville.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Which that reminds me, I texted you about a show that I saw on I think I was watching it on Hulu or something. It was oh shoot, what was the name of it? It was basically like Amish people, but people that live in Alaska.
Oh, it's like Bushwick,
Bush
Alaska,
people
Alaska Bush something.
Bush people of Alaska or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But have you seen that show?
No, have you?
I watched like part of an episode
Okay.
because it was just on. I was like, the title was like, what is this? I have to check it out.
Yeah.
But it literally is just like Amish people living in Alaska. And I don't know if every episode is this good or if I'm making it up to be more than it was. But
Okay.
the episode I saw started with like 3 Amish guys in Alaska. They were like building like a table, like a wooden table, like a picnic table.
Okay. Is this shot like documentary style?
Kind of, yeah, where they've
Okay.
got like a camera crew and they kind of just like follow them around, like learn about
Got
their
it.
lives. And
Yeah.
I think the main town that they live in is like 500 people is all it
Yeah.
is. So it's a real small town and they live like outside of the town. They live in like the boonies. And in the episode, they're like putting together this table. It's like these 3 brothers. And then all of a sudden the camera like pans over and they see like these 2 younger girls that are there for like, they're on like a work, not like a work trip, but they're there to like work in the city for like,
Okay.
for a month or whatever. And they're like, way more put together than like the Amish guys are because they're just like, they're like rough redneck, basically. They're like, they look dirty. I don't know what they smell like.
Oh God. How old are they?
They're like in their like early teens or early 20s, I'd say.
Okay.
Same with the girls. They're the same age.
Yeah.
But they honestly look more like city girls in comparison to these guys.
Yeah.
And the very first part is like when they first notice him, like one of the brothers, whose name is Bear. That's his name.
Love that. Okay. Yeah.
He sees him. All he's wearing is like a
Cut off jean shirt.
no, I think he was wearing like
Ah.
maybe jeans or some sort of shorts, like long cargo shorts, and then his
Of
like
course.
shirt was just like a sleeveless vest that was like open and like no undershirt.
Love it.
And as soon as he saw them, he sprinted towards them. He took off and sprinted at them, and like they were on this like balcony.
That's terrifying.
And like he's like running over them like dead sprint as fast as he can.
Yeah.
And like the way he gets onto this balcony is he's like, as he's running, he like jumps and grabs like the railing and then like slides himself under and then like stands up next to them. And then he's like leaning on the railing. He's like kind of out of breath, but like trying not to like show that it was like a lot of work.
Like you just see that parkour. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's like trying to like ask him these like questions about like, what's your names? Where you from? What are you here for? Type of thing. And like anything he can do to like stop talking so he can catch his breath, basically. And then they like do like a side thing where they like interview them, like kind of like
The 2 girls.
no they do interview the girls, but they interview like Bear and like why he did this type of thing. Like very like Office style. Like they like
That's what I've been picturing.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they're interviewing him. He's just like, he's like, yeah, I think that like a dramatic entrance is very important. It makes a really good first impression.
I love it,
And
man.
so that's why he like sprinted over there.
Yeah.
And
Shows dedication.
yeah, the only thing he's interested in
Passion.
asking them about is like, what are their thoughts on like trees? Like
Nice.
he asked them like, do you have trees where you're from? Because they're from Arizona apparently.
Okay.
He's like, do you have trees? And it was like mind blown that they had like palm trees and not like regular trees in Alaska. He's
Yeah.
like, I have no idea what that would even look like. He's like, a town with no trees? You can't, that doesn't even exist in my mind. And then he asked them if they've ever climbed a tree is like
Yeah.
his next bit. And then like,
He's a tree guy.
he's a tree guy. Like he has a tree house back on his main land. He's like trying to like
Okay.
ask these girls
I
if
gotta-
they want to come back and like look at his tree house. Like
Oh.
one of them does. So
Oh wow.
he like brings one back to like his home where his family lives, and like his family's just like, she's such a nice looking girl. Like she's the prettiest thing we've ever seen. Like they're actually gonna like stay together. I think she's just like the directors like hooked her in, and they're like, you got to kind of like
Yeah, you gotta play the
You got to
bit.
play along with this now.
Yeah,
I know you're
yeah.
like leaving in a week, but just kind of like play into it. We'll pay you some money to do this, and like
I gotta check this out, dude. I got to.
yeah. I hope that like the rest of the show is that good. Like, and I'm not just talking it up, and I caught like the best episode of all time, but it was like I was geeking out when I was watching
I
it. I
mean,
was
Bear
like,
sounds like a character.
Bear is just like in love with the trees. He's climbing around like a gondola gazebo while they're like got a fire in the middle of it. He like builds a fire for this
Yeah.
girl to try and impress her, and he's like, "Do you mind if I climb around?" Like while they're like talking, just the two of them, and he like starts climbing around like the outside of this gazebo.
What is the two girls' reactions to all of this?
A lot of the times they're just like their eyes, you can see it that they're just like these people are kind of nuts. Bear especially,
Yeah. He
and
sounds kind of wholesome at the same time.
Mhm.
You know,
yeah. I think he's like.
just what you're describing. I could be totally wrong.
No, I think you got him. Like, you can probably picture what he looks like too. He's got like longer blonde hair that like splits in the middle. It's like kind of greasy looking. Very like
He's got a beard.
I don't remember if he had a beard. Some of his other
Okay.
brothers do.
Have you watched Amish Mafia before?
No.
So, do you know what that is?
I think I've heard about like a synopsis of what it is, but
Yeah.
I've just never seen it.
Basically, just like a more reality TV show
Okay.
than like documentary style.
Okay.
Alice thought it was real though, like 100%. When I first started dating Alice, she like 100% thought.
Oh, so it's like mockumentary.
No, I mean, okay. They tried. It was on like Discovery or History Channel, like one of the two.
Is this the one where like I think I've seen a clip where like this girl brings it's either this like white girl or this white guy brings home like a black man or like a black woman, and they're like, we're getting married. And the Amish community is just like, I don't know how we feel about this.
That sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
Alice loved the show, and every time I'd go to her house and it was on, she would like make me watch it.
Okay.
But it's pretty well known that like it's scripted. And
Oh, sure.
if it's not, and I'm just an idiot, then that's insane. But I mean, there's like crap where they'd be like, you know, Joey owes me money down the road. I'm gonna go kill his cows. Like, come on, that's not real. Like, you know, like I don't know.
I think I understand it now.
Yeah, it's like a scripted reality show, kind of like, I don't know if you ever watched any of these shows, but there was on MTV and VH1, there was a ton of scripted reality TV shows called like Date My Mom
Mhm.
or Room Raiders or Next.
Or what was that dating show where it was like the guy would like meet the mom, and then like he'd have to pick what mom's daughter he wanted to date without seeing the daughter. You know what show I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Which maybe that is one of the ones you're talking about, but it's like, yeah, they're all like in a limo, and like all like the moms are out there and like describing like who they are, what their daughter's like.
Oh, what is that one? That's
And
not
they,
Date
and
My
they gotta,
Mom.
They got to pick which one they think is going to be the best
Maybe it
fit
is.
without seeing the daughter.
Interesting. My favorite one was X Effect. It was
Oh.
basically where, I mean, I don't understand the point of it, but it was basically where like a couple would be like, we're going to go stay in a bungalow with our ex for a week. And if we hook up, we're going to split up. And that was it. That was,
Wait, they would split up if they hooked up?
yeah, it would be like if Alice and I were like, all right, I'm going to go with my ex for a week.
Hmm.
And Alice is going to go with her ex for a week
I
in a
see.
bungalow. And, you know, if it works out with our exes, then we're just with our exes.
Oh, then you would break up with.
There was like no
I
point
see.
to it. There was
Yeah.
like no like, yeah.
Did anybody like?
I don't know. I think it most of the time ended up being they went with the exes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of
Wow.
the time.
Huh. That's a
Yeah.
surprise.
I loved all those reality TV shows though that you clearly could tell were fake. I
Yep.
do think there are some that like obviously like we talked last week. We talked about the challenge and Survivor,
Mm-hmm.
and that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really truly believe it is.
Yep.
But I do love a fake scripted reality TV show.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Shout out Amish Mafia and Alaskan
Bush people.
Bush
I
people.
think that's what it's called. Alaskan Bush people. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, back on the topic of your bachelor party, I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you.
Yep.
First of all, that watch is phenomenal.
This is gonna be my watch for the wedding. Actually.
Yeah, love it. Is it green? I can't tell in the lighting.
I think it's either like a green or gray or blue. I honestly don't know. It might be like.
I like it though because it is ambiguous and you can kind of work. It's like a neutral. It kind of can work with anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. If I might get a different band for it for the wedding. I'm not sure,
Dude,
but
show that shit off.
gotta show that shit off.
Show that shit off right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Hell yeah. You might get a different band.
I might. Yeah. I don't know if because this was the one that came with it. Like it's a used watch technically. So
Mhm.
I don't know like what kind of band it is. If it's like
It's a vintage watch technically.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from the '90s, just like me. So
yeah, hell yeah.
excited to use that for the.
It's what is like something blue, something new, something old,
Something
something
vintage, something
cool,
new, something used, something vintage, something blue, I think, or something borrowed, something blue.
What's the blue?
I don't know why blue is a part of it, but I think that's the one thing that we don't have is either something borrowed or something
Wear
blue.
blue undies.
I could. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna see them.
It's gotta have it somewhere. But my cufflinks are vintage too. I just actually picked up my suit yesterday.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I got all my
Which links did you go with? The same ones?
it was those like stripy ones.
sick.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. So I think those are gonna look hot with the rest of the outfit. So
Did you show Daleen or no?
I showed her the cufflinks, but I didn't show her like the
The
suit or anything. Yeah.
Sick.
Which I don't know if like I'm not supposed to, or if like that's just like a wedding dress thing that I'm not supposed
Sure.
to see. But what was funny is I tried to like play a little bit of a prank on her when I got it home. The suit, like I got like a bag for it to take
Yeah.
it back in. It has like a little bit of a window on the front of it, like a plastic one. You can see inside of it almost. But the way they packaged it was they put my undershirt first and then like my suit behind it.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's just white on the inside. And so she's like, why is it white? And I was like, oh, I got a white suit. I was like, we're supposed to match, right? I was like, we're supposed to have the same color. Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what we talked about, right? And she's like, nah. She's like, you're messing with me right now. I don't believe you 1 second.
Yeah, that's a little too far. That's a little too far.
I tried and it didn't work.
But what things do you want to do in Kentucky when we go there? Obviously, we're going to some distilleries.
Yeah.
I have a couple ideas of some things.
Like outside of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, are you interested in like if we found like a karaoke bar? Like, would you go do karaoke with us? I don't know why I said with us. If we all went and did karaoke.
Like it's just me doing karaoke by
It's
myself.
just you.
Like we'll pick you up at the end of the night. You go have fun.
Yeah.
Drop me off at a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
No, I would do. I mean, if I was the only one doing the karaoke,
No.
Yeah.
No.
But I would do. I've done a karaoke bar before.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'd
I'm
be
not
in.
saying like the whole night we'd be at a karaoke bar, but I
Yeah.
just think I've never done karaoke with my boys. You know, I just think it'd be kind of fun.
I think it would be.
But I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do it if you didn't want to do it. Sort of.
No, and I'm sure they got to have those out there, like in the main cities that we'll be in
Yeah.
for some of these distilleries. But yeah, I'd be into that.
But what else? Like, do you have like activities in your mind or things that you want to do?
Well, I think the place that we're staying at doesn't have much for like. We're kind of outside of like a main, like the nearby town.
Yeah.
So there isn't like a lot of like nearby stuff, and I don't think that the Airbnb has like a lot of, like activities there or like on the grounds. I think there's like a fire pit. So like, I don't know, hanging out at the fire at the end of the night would be fun. Would just
Yeah.
like a way to end the night would be cool.
100%.
But I do think that like you're checking out some other like restaurants in town would be legit. I don't know, like I'm not a big golfer, but I do
Top golf
I
or
do
whatever,
no,
or like,
not,
like
no,
driving range or whatever.
No, not even a driving range. I need more like mini golf. Like
I fuck with mini golf.
that's where I excel is when
Yeah.
I'm on the green.
Okay, I might need to take some notes here. Let me just quick take some notes here. All right, so mini golf.
Mini golf would be fun. Yeah. And because I suck at regular golf up until the point when I get to the green, and at that point, like, just put me on a mini golf course.
Yeah,
Like, give me a couple of windmills to putt
I
around.
can't
And
drive a golf ball to save my
No.
life either. I went to the driving range once ever in my life, and
yeah,
I don't think I'll ever go back. I couldn't drive one of them golf balls.
yeah,
It takes a lot. It looks so easy.
they do make it look
It
easy.
looks so simple. Like you're like, oh my god, this is the dumbest sport ever. But then it's like
I can't get the form down.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
I can't disc golf either, which is a bummer because like our entire friend group does.
That's easier for me though, but it's still not. I would be able to. I could probably do better disc golfing than I could like actual golfing though.
Yeah.
I do feel that. But honestly, yeah, as long as we're not like golfing or bowling,
Dude, we're not bowling.
yeah. If we're not doing either of
We're
those
not
two, then I'm gonna be a happy camper probably.
Yeah.
So,
I know this ain't the hating episode. That was last episode, but
that's true.
bowling sucks.
I'm not a fan.
No.
Not to knock anyone that out there that is a bowler.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
if you do enjoy it, it's just not.
It's
I can't.
for sure.
It's just not a me thing.
Okay.
Yeah, let me think. There are like other. The week that we're going down there is going to be National Bourbon Week.
Yep.
So I've been trying to keep up to date with like. There's a page that they have in like one of the towns where they're celebrating National Bourbon Week, where they have like an advent calendar type of thing, or not like an advent calendar, but like it tells you what's going
Events.
on. Yeah, an event calendar.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked at it recently because it's taken them. They're like, yeah, it'll be up in April, it'll be up in May, and like they've just never posted it. So it's probably up by now.
Okay.
To see if they've got like live music down there or
Hell
like,
yeah.
other like I don't know if they're gonna have like micro distilleries, if it's gonna be like a farmer's market type of thing
What's
where
a
they
micro distillery?
just some place that's not like a Woodford Reserve or like a small like
Oh, like a local
yeah
a local brew or whatever.
kind of like a I mean New Glarus probably isn't a good example because they're kind of big in Wisconsin, but like think of things like if we have like micro breweries type there are like distilleries.
McFleshmans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's places like that maybe they'll be having some stuff for like samples on like a farmer's market style. I don't know if they're gonna have the whole street blocked off or what, but I think it'd be fun to check that out because we are gonna be close to one of those towns
Okay.
where we're staying.
Yeah.
It's still like probably a 20-minute drive from where we're gonna be at though, but we could check that out multiple days, honestly, if we're like looking for stuff to do.
Sure. What if I know you said, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were going to say something.
No.
What if I know you said you wanted to do an episode after we get back.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what if we took this stuff with us and we set up in the Airbnb and everybody could have a turn coming on
Oh my god.
and saying some shit? That'd be fun, man.
Could be, yeah.
I think that'd be pretty
Good.
cool.
I know that you're going to be documenting the trip though.
I will be.
You have like an old school camera.
I do. I have a 90s handheld Sony. I don't know the numbers and stuff, so I don't. But it's one of those ones where it's a tiny little tape that's about that big, and that tape goes into the camera. You record on it, and then when you're done, you can take that tape and you can shove it into a modified VCR tape. It goes into it, and then that tape can then be put into a VCR and either transferred to, if you have like a capability to do that, or you can just play it on there. But
Did you call it a VCR tape?
yeah,
What's the tape called? Do you not know what a VCR tape is actually called?
because I don't.
You don't know?
No.
It's a VHS tape.
Oh yeah,
VCR is the
device.
The device, yeah.
VHS. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong by calling it a
Yeah.
VCR tape, but I was like,
no, you're right. Yeah. That's totally right. I love the movie series VHS too.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say like I was like, you had to know. Like, I thought you
Yeah.
were just messing with me, but
I don't know why I said that, but I'm gonna do that. But then also just like my phone too.
yeah,
Just like getting some good stuff. We'll get some reels made and whatnot.
because I did the same for you on your bachelor party.
You did.
I was like
You did. You were the
I
cameraman.
was the documentary guy.
yeah. And I want to take that role. That's not
Sure.
like something that like I'm like I want to do that.
We're trading off. It's
Yeah.
like
I want to do that. I think it'll be really fun.
I'm excited to see what it looks like from like the old school camera
Yeah.
point of view because like you don't see that a lot.
No, and I'm gonna use it for a lot of stuff too. It's
Bringing it into the distilleries,
I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know.
but maybe like the road or the drive there.
The drive there, if we're downtown,
Yeah.
if we're in bars and stuff, yeah, I'll break it out.
Okay.
I don't care. Yeah, definitely. Dude, Alice and I were just talking about that yesterday. We were watching a guy who was doing a vlog in Guitar Center. And he was like asking the employees if they like wanted to be a part of it and whatnot. And I was like, I have never seen anything like this before, but these people got to be ballsy and brave as hell to just go into stores with their phone alone. They're by themselves
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "Hey, you want to be a part of my vlog?" Like that's crazy.
That takes some like the actual store workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some balls right there.
I don't know. Maybe it's because like Guitar Center is on like the same level as like a Staples to me, where it's like they don't really care what their employees are doing, and
I
like
guess so,
as long
yeah.
as the company's like barely making a profit, like they're fine
Yeah.
with it.
I don't know. I don't know much about Guitar Center, but every time I'm in there to pick up strings, like it's dead.
I'm surprised that like they haven't gone out of business as fast as like Office Max and Office Depot did with like Amazon coming out.
Not only that, but like now there's Sweetwater, there's
Yeah.
Reverb,
Mhm.
which are like the secondhand music websites
Yeah.
that can outbeat their prices.
And Guitar Center was like, I feel like that kind of store is known for like, it's like a Best Buy almost. Like you go in there to like try stuff out, think about buying it, but then like either go home and get it somewhere else or like come back months later and be like, yeah, I want to order that now.
Yeah, I agree.
Where it's
Like a
like,
try before you buy Center.
yeah. And like, I know Best Buy's hurting. So I feel like home, like
Yep,
they got to be in that same kind of category with
I agree.
Best Buy. So it kind of blows my mind that they're still like, they haven't like made these like big announcements about like major store closures and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe it's money laundering.
Very well could be. You know what's wild though is that there's like businesses that have the same model. I was just like trying to think in my brain. I'm like,
Mattress firm,
well, yeah, for
money laundering.
money laundering. But I was thinking you were like they could possibly go under. Best Buy's not doing so hot because of Amazon and online shopping. But there are like brick and mortar stores that are like they have like TJ Maxx.
Sure.
They're never going to go out of business. People love TJ Maxx
They
for some
do,
reason. I
yeah.
don't love TJ Maxx. I'm not a fan. Or like a Marshalls. Like
Yeah.
people love that shit. White girls love that shit.
It's like the female equivalent of like a Fleet Farm. Like a Fleet Farm is a man mall.
And that's not going to go out of business either.
No. And so
Yeah.
like you go to a TJ Maxx, it's like a woman factory. It's like you
Yeah, that's true.
like you go in there, you're probably the only guy going there.
Yeah, that's true. Although I have bought in some clothes from TJ Maxx before, but it's not my favorite place. I think it's overpriced. Like, people are like, "Oh, it's great prices," and I'm like, "Not really."
I think that they've got like more of their, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like more of their store is like for like home decor than it is clothing.
Yeah,
And so maybe that's like the bigger pull.
Could
Like
be,
you get
yeah.
your Live, Laugh, Love posters there, and
your little brass elephants
yeah,
or brass painted elephants.
yep.
Your pineapple decor.
Your mint green pillows with deer antlers on them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Also, they have a section of just like those jars filled with like pasta noodles. You know what I'm talking about? No, maybe not.
I do.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, they got a lot of those for some
Pine
reason.
cones,
Pine cones, yeah. Yep.
which I can get that out of my backyard.
Yeah, same. I got a pine tree back there too that sheds like nuts. It's a pain in the butt. Definitely.
Maybe that's a hot take about the TJ Maxx is that it's
That could be a hot take, honestly. And as Ryan said before, you got to stick around for some hot takes. And that you're right. That is a hot take because I would say a lot of people really like TJ Maxx.
Yeah. I feel like that, and we were just talking about like Guitar Center too and Best Buy. Like this is being a hot take episode.
We're borderline getting into the hating category.
That's true. Yeah, we need to back off.
Yeah, we got to back up a little bit.
Pump the brakes. I don't want this ain't a hate episode.
We're not haters.
No.
No. Unless you're Will Arnett.
No. Or you're using propane.
Or you're using propane. Then
We're haters.
you're doing it wrong. But hot takes. I want to tell you some of my hot takes before we get and I want to hear some of your hot takes before we get to calling some peeps.
You came with a couple of hot takes, didn't you?
I've got a few.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got probably like 8, I want to say.
Wow.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. And I think
The floor is yours, man.
okay. All right. I think you're going to disagree with this one, probably.
Have I heard any of these from you before, though?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. I think
At least some of them?
Yeah, most of them.
Okay.
Most of them. The first one I have here is that I think Mario Kart is completely rigged. I think that it's luck based.
I can't even look at you straight while you're saying this. Just because I know you absolutely hate Mario Kart.
I hate Mario Kart so much, but that's not a hot take. Me hating it. That's an opinion, right?
Okay.
I think it's genuinely a luck based thing. I think there's a lot of luck in it. based on the shit that you pick up.
Do you own
You know,
Mario Kart on your 64?
I don't.
Okay, that's
That's probably why.
not that's not what I was gonna say. I'm not surprised that you don't own it because
Yeah.
I know that you don't like that game, and probably because we played it way too many times in my apartment.
Oh my gosh, we played it so much. At
You get
your
a little
apartment.
burned out.
Yeah, but that's because your roommate at the time, the guitarist in my band, Corey, he also loves Mario Kart, and you guys are good at Mario Kart. But don't you think it's got to have some level of what you pick up? Or am I wrong in this?
I think that the especially if we're talking like Mario Kart 64 for like
Yeah.
the Nintendo 64, I think that like there is some luck to it, but also like if you're doing really bad, you're gonna get good power ups though. Like you're gonna get the blue shell.
Yeah, that's rigged.
You're gonna get yeah, but I'm saying like that part's not random. I don't think. Though.
Oh, I
It's
see.
like,
You're right. You're right. It's built in.
like that. It's built in to like give like farther back players a better chance at like catching back up.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if you're like leading the pack, then you're gonna get like a box that's like one banana or like one green shell.
This might be just honestly an opinion as opposed to a hot take. Maybe it's I just don't like Mario Party or Mario Kart.
Well, what do you think about Mario Party then?
I haven't played enough Mario Party. If I had to tell you my true opinion on it right now, just from like my past experience playing it, I'd say I don't like it. But I also have been watching a lot of, this is so nerdy, but I've been watching a lot of like the definitive Nintendo 64 games of all time. And that's like obviously always in the top 10 as like Mario Party 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it looks kind of fun.
Sure.
After like watching it as an adult and being like, okay, I think I get the hype.
We've played it before, haven't we?
We have. I think like maybe twice. I have not played it a lot with you guys.
Yeah. It's funny you brought up Mario Kart because that was one of the things that I wanted to do on my bachelor party was just
Let's do it.
nonstop Mario Kart when we get back.
Honestly, if there's whatever you want to do, man, I'll do it. And if there's a day where we want to rock Mario Kart, I'm in.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. That or like Mario Party even. Like maybe we bring some Jackbox games if we're like bored.
Corey's got both. So
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that he's got
a lot of controllers. I've got 2.
Yeah. Both of you guys have an N64.
Yep. I wouldn't mind bringing mine either.
I'll think about it. I don't know if I want to do it just to like
Only thing you got to keep in mind is there a TV there with AV ports?
I think I know there is a TV. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. The space might be kind of limited because we're taking one car down there.
Right.
But we'll look into it. We'll think about it. I also have to think that like I don't know if I want to bring it just to like as a joke towards you, and if that's worth it, like bringing it all the way down there just to play like Mario Kart to watch Nate.
I'm sure you'd have a lot of people that would be on board.
Yeah.
I'm sure that like a majority of them. I'm the weirdo. Like it is like a 10 out of 10, game. Like people I see the appeal.
Yeah.
Unless
like maybe you're playing it the wrong way, dude. Maybe you're just playing it by yourself. That's supposed to be a multiplayer game.
It's true.
You can't play Mario Kart and have fun on your own, I don't think.
That's true.
I think it's meant to be like a split screen.
Because I like Crash Team Racing on PlayStation 1. And that's just a Mario Party like knockoff.
That's true,
They just like ripped it off 100%.
But would you play that on your own or would you play that with like someone else? PS1 only had like you say PS1 or PS2?
PS1.
Yeah, I think that's just a 2-player game or 2-player console.
I think I think they made one of those extension things you could plug in and then shove more in there possibly. But speaking of Crash Team Racing,
okay,
Naughty Dog makes Crash Team Racing. Naughty Dog also makes The Last of Us.
Jinx, you owe me Edge Sesh.
What? I've never heard that.
Jinx, you owe me an Edge Sesh.
I'm in. Let's do it. But I think The Last of Us Part 2 is a better game than The Last of Us Part 1. And I know that's a hot take. I know that majority of people would tell me I'm nuts for that, but
Last of Us Part 2 is a better game, you're saying?
Better game than Last of Us Part 1. I know it's a hot take.
I think that I would agree with you on that though.
Hell yeah.
'Cause I've played both. I've owned both. And I think from like both games were priced the same. From a value perspective, you get way more playability out of the second one.
Yeah.
Which like that's mainly what I was craving from that first game was just I wanted to play more.
You just wanted to keep sneaking around and whatnot.
Like the first game was like I think they both have the same amount of like story built into the game where like versus like actual playing time.
Yeah.
But I think that like the second one just has way more story to it. Like it's a longer game, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's still just as captivating. Whether or not you like agree with like the story or the storyline, I think that it's still just like
It's a beautiful game.
it's a better
It's weird to
game.
think about. We just said they did Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
Think about how freaking far that game developer
that's
company
true.
has come. Like
Yeah.
that's just it's nuts.
Was that their first game? Was Crash Bandicoot?
No, I looked into it. They had like a handful of like really shitty games like
Mm,
before that, like
okay.
really early games before that.
Okay.
They also do Uncharted too, which is
Yeah,
kind of nuts.
which I've not played that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it hasn't aged well.
Oh, it hasn't?
Yeah, I bought like the Nathan Drake collection, and I didn't buy it. It's on my subscription thing for free or whatever.
Why didn't it age well?
It just the mechanics and the not like story wise or anything like that.
Okay.
Just like the way it plays,
Sure.
it just feels clunky. It feels like you're playing a PlayStation 3 game.
Mm.
Whereas like when you play The Last of Us 1, it doesn't feel like you're playing a PlayStation 3 game.
Right.
Even though it came out on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Even if you are playing the PlayStation 3 version,
Yeah.
you know?
It is strange going back to like those old games after playing like being in like this new era of like I don't even know if I would say it's a new era, but like maybe PS5 and on.
Yeah.
Like going back and playing like old like Xbox 360 games or even like original Xbox or PS2 games.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing that and like
Same.
there's just things that they did back then that they don't do now with like video games in
Yeah.
just in terms of like the POV style of games or like I feel like they don't really like stray away from that anymore where it's like it's always like if you're playing like a third person game it's always going to be you're over the shoulder of the dude.
Right.
Like I went back and played an old God of War game and like they're still
the
doing
camera's nuts.
they're still doing weird stuff where like you go into a different room and the camera's like up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like
yeah.
I get confused. I'm like I gotta like remap like how I'm like
You're like, wait,
moving
where am
my-
I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually really like that. I really do like a fixed camera. I don't think I would like it. I lied. There's a lot of like I'm like talking over myself here. I like a fixed camera. It's a big thing in like survival horror games, and there's a lot of like people who are making like indie developed survival horror games that are like
Mhm.
using a lot of that stuff from the past that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think it still works in today's age.
Yeah.
But it is something to get used to. It definitely is like
Yeah.
what the hell? It's like I can see it from the developers like mind state. They're like, we're going for cinema. We want this to look cinematic.
That and they're just like I think they were just experimenting back then. Like they didn't know
Yeah.
there weren't like not that there are rules now, but there was just like I think it was like the age of experimentation because like PS2 they got kind of wild with some of their ads and
Oh yeah.
they were the wild child with
Yeah.
like the games they came up with and like the way they promoted their console.
Yeah.
Crazy that like they don't do like that's not even like you're not going to sell consoles if you do that nowadays.
Dude, I had a couple games. They were actually on Xbox, not on PlayStation. But when I was a kid, that were just like wild games. I had one called Naughty Bear,
Okay.
and it was you play as a teddy bear who doesn't get invited to a birthday party, and all of the other teddy bears are going to the birthday party.
Okay.
So I'm not shitting you, man. This is real. You can look it up. So you as Naughty Bear, and the narrator is a British man. He says Naughty Bear as he narrates the story. He's like, Naughty Bear woke up and saw that he was not invited to the birthday party.
So from the very beginning his name was Naughty Bear.
Naughty Bear, yep.
Okay.
And so he wakes up. He's not going to this party. Whole game is you just like massacre all these other teddy bears at the party. That's like the whole game. And I played this at like 13. Like it was not
God.
good. Yeah. And then another game I had on the original Xbox was called Raise as Hell with a Z.
Okay.
Like Raise as Hell.
Yep.
And you play as like an evil alien that crash lands on this planet that's just like beautiful and cutesy. Like everything on it is like princessy and like cute and pink. And it's a very similar story. Your goal is just kill everything. It's it's dark, man. It's weird. They did have some wild games back then that like I'm not seeing stuff like that now.
Yeah.
Or Conker's Bad Fur Day and stuff
No.
like that. Like they're not making stuff like that.
It's crazy because that was on like the Xbox or 360.
The original Xbox, both of those were.
I think this was on the original Xbox. But you had games like that, just like the whole like the dichotomy of their library where you have games like that, and there's also like the Bible game, which is like I want to say it was like more of like a Jeopardy style game that with like mini games and stuff.
Okay.
Stupid
played
game.
it?
I think we owned it at one point.
Oh wow.
But it was like a 4-player game. So I think it was like keep the kids busy type of thing.
I see.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
Because it was kind of like a Mario Party, where there was like you competed against each other in these mini games. After like there would be like a Q&A thing about like try to get like a certain question right, type of
Dude.
thing.
Yes. Okay. This is
Yeah.
jogging my memory about something.
So I don't. Maybe you've played it. I don't know, but like it was.
No. I played a very similar game to that called the Guy Game.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Dude, the Guy Game. This is so inappropriate. I can't believe they had this. I played it. I think it was on PlayStation 2 I played it on.
Not surprised.
I rented it from Blockbuster.
Really? Okay.
My parents didn't let me rent it. I went to a sleepover and his mom let us rent it. It's a game show game,
Okay.
trivia based, where you answer trivia questions. There's no like player
Did this person's
character.
mom like not even look at the case, or like she's just like, ah, go for
Yeah,
it.
pull up a picture of the case of the Guy Game.
I need to look this up while you're talking. I need to see what it
pull up
looks
a picture of the Guy Game. It's a trivia based game where basically if you get questions right, you just get pictures of pornography. You just see pornography. If you
Oh my God.
if you get the questions right, like you basically just see like naked women. And I played that way too young. I'm pretty sure the cover looks, from what I remember, it's like very like Girls Gone Wild era
like. Oh yeah.
type stuff.
The guy on the front of it almost looks like it's from like a TV show.
It played like a TV show. There was no player character. There was no like there was no like
Guy looks a little, I don't even know what to call that expression, but
he's like the host of the game. Oh
yeah,
man.
never played that game.
Well, let me hear. We got off on a tangent here, but let me hear your hot take here, man.
Well, how many? You said you have like 8 hot takes.
I got a few.
How many have you gone through already?
Just 2. Just the Last of Us and Mario Kart.
Okay. Well, I only have 2, so I would say one of my hot takes is the fact that like over generations and thousands of years we've mistreated dogs this whole time.
I think I've heard you talk about this before.
Without even realizing it. And
Yeah.
and you've probably done this too. And so I'm not saying anything.
I think I have.
Yeah. It's like so say you own a dog and you're with your friends or whatever. You get your friends over and you got
Yeah.
your dogs with you in the living room. You've been like chatting up a storm with your friend. Your dog barks one time and you're like, sit down. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Stop barking.
Yeah.
And it's like the dog's just like, you've been talking this whole time. I can't say anything. Like
yeah, maybe they just wanted to chime in on the
yeah,
conversation.
they're just trying to be
man.
trying to be friends with your friend. They're trying to like say something like they see like something out in the yard. They're trying to protect you. That's why they're barking. Or they're trying to like tell you, hey, stay.
There's a mole out here.
Yeah, come take a look at this. And at the same time, stay away. Like they're yelling at this mole in the backyard. I think that
I think that's so funny.
like if you're you people call them man's best friend, but you don't treat them like a best friend because you tell that thing to shut up all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. The second they open their mouth too. Yeah. It's like they could go the entire day being completely silent.
Yeah.
The second they bark once, you're like,
And the fact that people are so proud that like I've only heard my dog bark one time. It's like probably because you're like military in your house with that dog, like telling it not to bark the entire time.
Oh man, that is a hot take because I mean, you think about it, most people are like, dude, I don't want my dog barking.
Yeah.
But we don't really know what they're saying. Like you said, we don't know we don't have translators yet.
Yeah.
You know, they could be genuinely just being like, hey man, what's up?
Especially because like dogs, I don't think they've got like a really good sense of like volume control. It's like
No.
on or off type of thing for them. So
Yeah.
yeah, so as far as they know, they've just been told to shut up their entire lifetime over generations. But at the same time, I love this human that I follow.
Yeah.
Like this person punishes me every day for saying anything, but I will die for this person.
Unconditional.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man, you're just hanging out at your apartment or whatever with your buds, talking about how you're gonna make some fajitas. Your dog's like, I like fajitas. Hey, I like fajitas. Shut up.
Who said that? Sit down.
You don't get to have an opinion about fajitas.
We weren't talking about you.
That is a hot take, man. That's good. That's good.
What else you got?
I have this is a big one also that I know I'm in the minority for.
Okay.
Val Kilmer is the best Batman. I know I'm in the minority. I know you're going to disagree.
I would say he's
I love Val Kilmer as Batman, and to me, he is what Batman needs to be.
yeah.
He is like, he's not over the top. He doesn't put on a voice.
Mhm.
He just talks just like this. He
Yeah.
just talks in a very deep voice.
I
And he's
don't-
comic booky.
I don't think that you're in a minority. I think that like it's either between Christian Bale or Val Kilmer's Batman. I don't think anyone.
No,
cares
it's
about-
not. It's Keaton.
Oh.
Keaton is the guy. Michael Keaton. Okay, we are back. We had a little bit of a technical issue there. We are all good. I just wanted to finish up and say, yeah, I think I am in the minority. I think you're getting
Sorry. We're still having technical difficulties.
whole studio's falling apart, man. I think a lot of people like Michael Keaton. I think a lot of people think that he is the definitive Batman,
Yeah.
and he's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I like him over Christian Bale. I'm not a Christian Bale fan.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I lied. I am a big Christian Bale fan. I'm not a Christian Bale Batman fan.
Mm.
But yeah, Val Kilmer's just kind of like I think he doesn't get his due.
Yeah.
He's not cheesy like George Clooney.
You're right. Yeah. I think I forgot about like the Michael Keaton. That was like.
Yeah, he's like the OG.
I think yeah. Now that I think about it, it is between Michael Keaton and like Christian Bale as far as like everyone's favorite Batman.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see like, if because I do like the Chris Nolan Batmans. I think that he did a great job with like bringing
He
like
did.
the grittiness to the series.
The cinematography.
Yeah, that too. Like, I mean, Heath Ledger, like he killed it.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to see like who else could have been casted as Batman, but it's not that Christian Bale did a bad job. He's like,
I think he's regarded as somebody that a lot of majority of people are like, dude, he is Batman.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that I would say from an overall movie that I do like the Chris Nolan Batmans, which has Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I really have like a favorite Batman though. Like I don't know if I've got much of an opinion on like who I think is the best, but I do think Val Kilmer does a good job.
Yep. Do you like Pattinson?
No.
You didn't like Pattinson.
No,
I like Pattinson a lot.
I think I finished that movie, but I couldn't. It was so like not memorable for me for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think it played very much. It was very much like a noir detective movie.
Yeah.
Like my wife, like Alice, like she loved it. She was on the edge of her seat the entire film.
Because that was like a pre-Batman. Like it was like
It was
while
like
he
him
was
just getting
Yeah,
into it. He had
yeah.
like crappy gear and stuff.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
He was more of a detective. He was more like looking at clues and stuff than like having gadgets.
But that was gritty too. So maybe I didn't. Maybe I need to give that one a rewatch. Because that one was also like I feel like a Bale and not Christian Bale, but like a Chris Nolan inspired style
Yeah.
film. Because I think it's also got the guy that plays the Penguin in that movie.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, he's like unrecognizable.
Yeah.
as the Penguin.
And then I think it's I don't know her name. I feel bad. I don't know her name, but it's man. What's the guy's name? Lenny Kravitz, his daughter. Yeah, I think his daughter plays Catwoman.
Okay.
I want to say. Yeah. And I thought she did a good job too.
Yeah.
We're not a movie podcast though.
No.
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
on.
Yep, moving on. I got two more hot takes. You said you got one,
I got
and then
one.
we're gonna hear from the people, which honestly we should have maybe prepped and put that post out sooner because I think we only got like 4 people there.
Yeah, I think we'll have enough. I think we'll have some good takes, I think.
I agree. The only other one I have 2 more. One that you're probably not gonna be able to comment on, so I'm just gonna say it, get it out there. You probably don't know too much about this, but 90s Metallica is the best Metallica, which is also regarded as some of the most hated Metallica that's out there. People hate 90s Metallica. They said they cut their hair off, they went soft. Soft Metallica is the best Metallica. And I know I'm gonna get hate if you post this clip. I know I will. But 90s Load and Reload, baby, that shit's good.
That is a controversial
It's
take.
a very controversial take,
Yeah.
for sure.
That is a hot one, yeah.
And then one that I think you will agree with. I think bald people prefer to be bald. I think once you're bald, I think you're like, I like this better.
Like after you've already shaved your head, that you're like,
Yeah, I do at least. I don't know. Like I'm happier without the hair than I am with. Like I'd rather just do this the rest of my life than get wishes granted to have hair again.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess from what I had, like the little bit, the Q-tip head that I had before this, I think I prefer this over that.
But if you had a full head of hair, you think?
I would probably grow the hair out. I think I
Okay.
would. I would do a mullet.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
or maybe not a mullet, but I would do something with it. Like if I had like Fabio style hair, I probably would not shave my head.
You'd be okay. You're right. You're right. Maybe that's not.
But,
Maybe I disagree with my own take here.
but between like where I was personally before, because I'm not going to go out and get like a hair transplant or anything.
No.
So like my option is either this or like go back to probably worse than what it was before I shaved my head. I'm not going to do that again. So I'm happy with where my bald head is right now.
Yeah, I think I should just say it's an opinion. I'm just for myself. I'm just happier bald.
Hey, hot takes are just hot opinions, man. Like
Yeah, I guess so.
you can still stand behind it.
I guess so. That's really all I got.
Okay.
That's really all I got. Yeah.
All right. Well, my last hot take that I have is actually very much related to the shirt you're wearing today. I don't know if you wore that on purpose or not.
Talking about the overshirt or the undershirt?
Oh, sorry, no, not the Tundra Lodge or the
Not the steakhouse.
Is it Timber Lodge?
I don't know what it is. I know it's just a steakhouse. I can't read that font. I think it's
Timber Lodge.
Timber Lodge. Yeah.
It's
So
like-
not the steakhouse.
It's like metal font almost.
Yeah, it does look like from a distance. You're like, dude, what band is that? It's a steakhouse.
You ever bump it to Timber Lodge Steakhouse?
But no, this t-shirt.
Yeah. It's specifically the squirrel. My bit is about the not bit, it's my hot take is about squirrels.
Well, I'm gonna say it's a bit because I've heard it before. You've talked about this. You've talked about this before.
I'm pretty passionate
You
about
are
it.
passionate about this.
Basically it comes down to I believe that squirrels don't shit. Is what it is.
Yep. Okay.
And it kind of like tiptoes the line because I mean, have you ever seen a squirrel shit before?
Never in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah, I mean, you've never even thought about it,
I think I've probably seen a rabbit.
right? Or you've seen rabbit poop.
Tons of rabbit poop.
Yeah, but you've never seen a squirrel shit before.
I've never witnessed it in my
No.
life.
I couldn't even tell you what squirrel poop looks like.
True.
I could not even tell you.
Is it
Like pellet formed? I don't know.
look like human shit but just smaller?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But it kind of like merges with another theory about like the whole birds aren't real thing.
Right. Okay.
And I actually think that I didn't even start this.
All right. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
But the way that I look at it is I think that it's more of like the squirrels that aren't real instead of the birds aren't real.
Because they don't shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you think about it, like a squirrel can get to pretty much any similar spot that a bird could, right? Like on a telephone wire, because if we're using them for spying, like the
Okay.
theory suggests.
But you see bird shit everywhere.
Exactly. So if you're trying to if you're the government and you're trying to make these like fake birds, like this whole birds aren't real thing, you're trying to make these robot birds. You also have to make these robot birds poop and like make fake poop all the time.
You've not gotten into this before.
No, this is how it all comes
This
together.
is
though.
another level.
This is how it all comes together. So-
Okay. All right. Yeah. This is you're making me think now. You're
Yes.
making me think here.
So don't you think that it would be much easier to make like a fake robot squirrel that doesn't poop to be your spying material instead of
And
like
it doesn't have to fly.
doesn't have to fly either? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much
Less mechanics.
Yeah, so much architecture that has to go.
Engineering.
Yeah, the Disney engineers would be
Imagineers.
would be screwed. I don't know how they would do this one. But yeah, that's why I don't think that squirrels don't shit because squirrels aren't real. It's not birds aren't real. It's squirrels
All
aren't
right,
real.
viewers, I want to know your take on this, and also, I want you to if you capture it, I dare you. I dare you to try and find it. Try and find a squirrel shitting.
Would love to see it.
We would love to.
Would
see
love
it.
to watch that happen. I'm sure
Yep.
I could honestly probably go on YouTube and find it. But
That's part of this conspiracy.
yeah,
That's them. No, that's It's like ghost videos, right?
Oh,
Where they're like
they're trying to
all
counter
the
my
ghost-
conspiracy.
Yeah, all the ghost videos online and whatnot. Those are all fake.
Yeah.
No, you got to
Or
get it
AI now. Like
all AI.
people are making AI videos of squirrels pooping. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
exactly.
That's exactly what it is. It's AI squirrel poop
Yeah.
videos. Yeah, that's wild. But I dare you, find it, show it to us, prove it.
That's my hot take.
That's a good hot take.
Well, now we've got some other hot takes coming in here. We got the our hotline is blowing up here. So let's
Let's hot take hotline. HTH.
the bald bud hot take hotline.
Hell yeah,
Let's see what we got here.
dude. Speaking of bald, another hot take, real quick. Bald chicks are so fine.
I agree.
Hell yeah, that's
I
a
agree.
hot take, but they are so fine.
I think anyone that's bald is fine, to be honest.
Agreed. Besides, like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Who are you
Who
calling?
is this?
Hello there. This is the Bald Buds Hot Take Hotline. You're live on the air.
Oh wow. What are we doing, boys?
We are deep in the thick of it with our hot takes. Nate and I just went through a couple of ours, so
Is this Steve?
Yes, this is Steve.
Dude, Steve, I haven't talked to you in a long time, man.
I know.
it's been a minute.
It has. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to hear what this hot take is that you've got.
Okay, you guys ready?
We've been ready.
Okay, you've seen National Treasure, I'm assuming.
I have.
The Italian Job as well. Not the one with Michael Caine, where he's
You're
like,
talking the remake
you
one.
only blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah.
I've seen both of those films. Yeah.
Okay. So it's National Treasure is like the Italian Job, but for kids.
Okay.
can see
Yeah.
that.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down. So the start of the movies, there's a villain at the start of the heist that like screws the main character over. So it's Boromir actually in National Treasure. I watched this recently.
Okay.
And then in the Italian Job, it's the Steve guy who like makes him jump off the bridge. So that's the start. And then there's characters throughout the movie that have like similar roles. Like there's the guy that's on the computers changing
The
all the
hacker guy,
cameras.
the black dude, who's
Yeah.
like, who doesn't like dogs, right?
He's the van guy.
Yeah, the van guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Who also invented Napster apparently.
Oh,
did not
okay.
And there's
know that.
also the guy in National Treasure who's like kind of nerdy and he's changing the cameras when he's stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
This is my take. I don't have anything else. It's just two different heist movies
I was just gonna say, isn't it
that are
just two
very
heist
similar.
movies? Okay.
I think it's almost similar to your I'm talking to Nate here. That's almost similar to your hot take with the whole Kiefer Sutherland. It's like he's in the same cinema
Oh, yeah,
universe
yeah,
with
yeah.
these two movies, and that this one is similar in that it's just for different. Like you got one for kids because what is National Treasure? That can't be PG-13.
I think
is
it's
it?
PG.
Yeah, it's got to be just PG.
Yeah.
And then what's the Italian Job? Is that an R-rated film?
No, I think that's a PG-13. I think they say like
Mm.
a couple swear words. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember. Do you
No, I
remember?
feel like you're right.
It's PG-13. Okay.
Yeah, I would assume. I don't think it's R-rated. Like I can't imagine it being R-rated.
You should.
Also, fun part of this is Jason Statham, fellow bald brother.
Yeah.
And then also in National Treasure, there's a line where the girl's like hiding behind the counter, and the guy is like chasing after her, comes in, and the lady at the deli is like, "Who you looking for, Baldy?"
Oh.
It's all coming together now. I see it.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Oh, that's a good one. I think you're probably not alone in that though. I think you could probably take that to maybe
Reddit.
a couple of different like whatever Reddit argument
Yeah. Some
subreddits.
subreddit would have,
Yeah,
would love that take for sure.
yeah, but I think that's like I think it's a good hot take because I think it's like enough people that would be for it and against it that's what makes it a controversial hot take.
Dude, I love it. National
Thank you,
Treasure,
guys.
Italian Job for kids.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe you.
Oh yeah, Steve. Thank you, man.
All right.
Hey, we'll talk
Thanks,
to you later.
guys.
Bye. All right, do we call Daleen or Alice now?
Yeah. Either or, man. Either or.
Call Daleen here.
National Treasure.
Hello.
Hello, you are live on the Bald Buds Hot Take
You are
Hotline.
killing this.
Oh my god, the bald buds?
The Bald Buds.
The two and
Oh
only.
my god, okay. Okay, long time listener, first time caller. Really excited to be talking to you guys.
Oh shit. There's like 11 episodes. That's awesome.
What's your hot take?
Okay. So my hot take is that we need to abolish the credit system.
Oh,
Hmm.
because
okay.
Like your credit score?
here and yes. And I don't know if this is just like an American thing or if this is around the world, but like I don't understand how there are 5 different types of like credit scores you can have.
Yeah.
Which first of all, how do you get to the number you get to? First of all, like is this out of 1,000? Is this out of 10,000? Like what's the point scale here? It's
Uh-huh.
never explained to anyone.
And how do you
Se-
how do you gain certain point? What constitutes as a point?
right. And it changes like every god day.
And if you
But
check your score,
secondly,
it goes down too, right?
yes. And here's the thing is like there's like 1,000 different types of credit scores, but I am one singular person. Like I'm spending the same amount of money, like no matter what. I have the same bills that are due. Why is one of my credit scores like 600 and why is the other one like 699? That doesn't
Dude,
make sense because I'm one person. I'm still spending the same amount of money or I have the same amount of debt no matter what. So why do I have 15 different
this
credit
makes sense.
scores when I'm the
Yeah.
same exact person?
This
Well, it's a
makes
good thing you
sense.
called in because you called Nate's a very experienced crypto bro here, so he's got the know-how with.
I'm taking
Yeah, I
notes, man.
figured.
I am.
I figured.
I've been trading stocks for years, even before Bitcoin was. No, I'm just.
You're
kidding.
talking
I
to the
don't
right
know-
guy
I don't know
here.
anything about it, but I do want to ask you a question. You got my mind spinning. You're totally 100% right, and I agree with you. What would be the benefit of what would be the possible on the reversal of that? What would be the possible negative outcomes if we got rid of the credit system?
None. I see none.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. I don't know if they would. I was just curious if if you had thought that through.
Well, okay, so here's the other thing too, is that I am a adult woman. I will not share my age.
Fair.
However, I have gone my whole life without a credit card. And some people say blasphemy. And I say, no, I'm proud of never having a credit card because I pay for everything that I have. Like a credit card is like fake money to me. I
Yeah.
know it's
Mm.
not actually, but like I don't think it's a bad thing that I don't have a credit card. But everyone's like, that's awful because you have to increase your credit score. I'm like, but
This
what?
is
Who says that I have to have
blowing
a credit score?
my mind. Caller, honestly, I went my entire life without one, and I just got one like 2 years ago, right before we had gotten the house, and it was because same thing. It was like, oh, you don't have a credit card? Oh, this is hurting your credit score. This is actually hurting your credit score that you don't
Yes,
have one. And I'm
that
like,
makes no
I
sense.
said, I have
What
no
do you mean
debt.
it's
I have
bad?
none. Yeah.
What do you mean that it's bad that I've been paying for everything with my own real money?
Yes.
Why is that a bad thing?
Dude, this is
That's
not a
great
hot take.
thing.
I feel you.
I
I feel you.
I do
Yeah.
agree in a sense that I think that the credit system is a little screwy, especially since the fact that like what's like our national debt right now? We're like
Trillions. Yeah.
of dollars in debt. How dare America have the audacity to give me a credit score when you're trillions of dollars in debt? Like, think about it like that. Like why are we doing this? Like I'm not learning anything from you because you're the one that's trillions in the hole. So
I have not thought about this nearly as much as y'all have, and I love it. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
I don't know.
Well, Ryan, I think it's interesting though that it sounds like you're sort of agreeing with me because, I don't know much about you. I've just been listening from afar for so long. But I get the sense that you're the kind of guy that's really into credit cards.
Me or Ryan?
Ryan.
Are you the kind of do you have a lot of credit
I've
cards?
got a few.
You
Yeah.
do? Okay. All right.
But I use them smart though. I use them to like
Boost your credit score.
yeah, that. I know. I figured out how to game the system. Like they want to make this game out of it. Like I'll play your game. I'll win at it because I am.
Okay.
I am winning.
So
That's what's up.
So should I get a credit card?
I mean, the world tells you to. We got one, and you know what's crazy? Credit score shot up over the course of a year. I greatly raised my credit score.
Legally, I don't think our lawyers would allow us to give financial advice on the podcast. So
That's
Mhm.
true.
I can only speak for myself that I do think they're useful,
Yeah.
beneficial, as long as you're smart with them.
lawyers.
Yeah.
Red team.
Yeah. Our guy in the back is giving me the nod over there. He's well, thanks for the hot take here. I think that's a hot take that turned into a spicy take because
I
I
loved it.
I think you got us both agreeing with you.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, and before we leave, I'd like to shoot my shot with Ryan.
Oh,
Listen, man, I think I really like that bald head of yours, and I think I would really enjoy rubbing it sometime.
ooh.
Are you interested in me in any type of way?
Well, I'm sorry to say I might not be wearing a ring right now, but I'm getting married in a couple months. So
Oh,
sorry to burst your bubble there.
interesting. That's weird because so am I.
This is great. I loved it. This is a bit. This is awesome. This is Ryan's fiance on the phone.
Oh my God, it is. Oh, Ryan, where have you been for the last hour?
Down in the basement.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, our hotline is blowing up here, so we got to get to the next caller for our hotline of hot takes. So
HTH.
All right.
appreciate you calling in.
BBHTH.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Peace out. I loved that take.
Of Dalene's.
Yeah. She summed it up. I mean, that's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally my brain spinning there.
But you got a credit card now, though. So
I
you're,
do,
so
and
you're
it
good.
did do what it told me it was gonna do.
It
Shot my credit score up, but it was because I didn't have any debt. Which I'm with Daleen. It was like I'm debt free. I have paid both of my cars off. I am up to date on rent. My insurance is paid. My everything is paid. Why is my credit score shitty? And that's because I had no debt. My credit score was shitty. So
I think the credit system was invented by rich people to help keep poor people down.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Hello.
Oh, hey there. This is the HTH, the Hot Take Hotline, BBHTH Hot Take Hotline. You are live on Bald Bud's Hot Takes. Who is this?
This is Alice.
Oh, my wife.
Wow, we're going last name. Okay.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
It is
All right.
your wife.
We might have to cut the last name part. but-
I'll bleep you. I'll bleep you.
Thank you.
Well, we hear you got a hot take. What's on your mind?
My hot take is that Pepsi is better than Coke.
Oh,
Okay.
that is a good one.
I would assume that a lot of people agree with that.
Like-
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I see so many memes of people who hate on Pepsi, and
Okay.
there's a lot of like Coke elitists.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think that is a very controversial because you've got a lot of people that are. I do think the Coke support is greater than Coca-Cola support. Sorry,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola support is greater than Pepsi Cola support, but I do think that Mountain Dew support is better than any comparison
Oh
Mellow
yeah,
Yellow.
then like Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
Okay.
is a PepsiCo.
I think I'm just in an echo chamber of Pepsi because I live with my wife, and I mean she is a Pepsi head, so we have Pepsi memorabilia everywhere. So in my head, I have it the opposite. I'm like, oh yeah, Pepsi reigns supreme. Everybody likes Pepsi more, right? Because I don't drink soda. I don't drink Coke or Pepsi.
You just do what your wife tells you to
I
do.
just do what she tells me to do, man. Yeah. Yeah. But tell me the why though. Why do you think Pepsi is better than Coke?
So a few reasons why. One, just aesthetically, the color scheme.
Okay.
I love the primary colors, so Pepsi to me looks great. I think also their advertising throughout the years has been better than Coca-Cola's.
The
They've had
Coca-Cola
so many
Bears?
iconic. I mean, the Coca-Cola does have the Christmas thing, but I mean, Pepsi's had icons like Britney Spears, Beyonce, the Spice Girls.
Okay.
Who else has they have? I mean, Michael and Janet Jackson, I believe they also
Mhm.
had. I mean, come on.
I feel advertisement wise, Pepsi knows how to reach the younger market better than Coke does.
They just did that AI ad. The Coke last Christmas. The
I
Coke did
I
that.
don't even- Oh yeah,
They did a whole, and it was it wasn't on the internet. They put it on TV.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Coke is they're very they're not as edgy as the Pepsi brand is. I think Coke is very reserved. They've got maybe Gen Xers and above is like their primary market, and they try to play it safe with like, their Christmas stuff. I feel like their ads around Christmas time are basically on par with like Hershey's ads, where they haven't changed their formula in like
True.
their Christmas marketing campaign in like 20 years. I feel like Coca-Cola uses those Coca-Cola bears, and like that's it. Like that's their shtick.
Which one came first?
I think Coca-Cola.
Damn.
Yeah,
If you look
I
back
believe
though,
so.
Coca-Cola, like their font hasn't changed since like their like second logo redesign.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Hey, it's iconic.
it is. Yeah, that much they got going for them. But
Flavor profile, what's the difference?
A lot of people believe that Pepsi is sweeter than Coca-Cola. I don't think that. I just overall think it tastes better. Something about Coca-Cola like almost like hurts my throat.
spicy.
Like it's almost like too spicy to me.
Interesting.
I got a hot
I
take
think-
sort of related to this though, with like I feel like because it's still Coke and Pepsi related. I think Mr. Pibb is better than Dr. Pepper.
Whoa.
That's my
No.
hot take.
No.
I can't
No.
contribute to any of this. I don't drink any soda. Yeah. Which is weird because I'm like an energy drink fiend.
You're an energy drink nut.
Yeah, I am. Which is technically a soda, so I can't say I don't drink like I just don't drink like normal soda, I guess. I'm a freaking gamer, dude.
Another thing about Pepsi that is sick, and I think Nate will have to agree with me, is Pepsi collaborated with Star Wars and did the iconic collectible cans.
Yeah. All right.
They also did some pretty sweet
Yeah.
collabs with NASCAR with Jeff Gordon back in the day, and they
Mhm.
got some pretty cool shirts that came
They
out of
do.
that too.
They do, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna agree with you. I forgot that the episode 1 Pepsi can thing was the shit, and I was drinking Pepsi like a fiend back then
Just
because
be-
I wanted to get all of them. And I will be real, my wife gifted me with the full set of them for Christmas like 5 years ago. So
Okay.
thank you very much, Alice.
You have a great wife.
I do. You do
You
too.
do.
Thank you. All right. Well, Miss Alice, that was we got some other callers lining up here, so we got to get through them on the Bald Bud hotline here, but we appreciate you calling in with your hot take.
Appreciate that take.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello, this is the Bald Buzz hot take hotline. Who do we got here?
Joey.
Joey, you are live on Bald Buzz.
Oh, this is my brother Joe. How we doing?
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
Pretty
Doing
good, man.
I hope you got a good hot take lined up for us.
All right. So I know Nate's played BioShock. Have
have.
both of you guys played BioShock?
Yeah, you did recently.
I played I played Infinite. I did it out of order. I played Infinite, then I played BioShock 1. I don't know if I played BioShock 2 yet though. But I played the
Okay.
first BioShock at least.
So I know Nate already disagrees with me here, but my hot take is that BioShock 1 is a great game, but we all kind of look at it with rose-tinted glasses and glaze it a little bit. In my opinion, I think BioShock 2 is in almost every way a better game than BioShock 1.
Okay. All right.
I
And
wish I had played that before hearing this hot take, because
I do disagree with this take. And I've heard you say this before, but I want to know the whys. I want to know the background here.
So, first of all, I do think the game looks a little bit better. BioShock 1 was still a stunning looking game, holds up to this day, but I think BioShock 2 looks a little bit better, especially on modern hardware. I think the biggest improvements, though, are carried across in gameplay. Hacking in BioShock 1 sucks.
Yeah.
It's a miserable experience. Hacking in BioShock 2 is done in real time, and it's really quick. It's incredibly bearable.
Yeah, I would agree with you that hacking in BioShock 1 is rough compared to 2. But if I'm curious, you've never played 2. Did you enjoy the hacking in BioShock 1?
To be honest, I don't really remember it, but I also feel like hacking in games is just the game's way of making you play longer without giving you more story.
That is a hot take.
Increasing your playtime without
This is a
actually
take
like
within a take.
without actually like doing anything. It's like how Assassin's Creed puts a bunch of puzzles in their games. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's how do you get the person to spend more time without putting in more effort as a developer into the game?
Some people like to play puzzles,
It's
you
true.
know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like look at Portal. That whole game is just puzzles.
Ryan
Yeah.
loves that game.
that's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember the hacking in BioShock 1. I don't.
It's like a bunch of clear tubes, and you got to
A series of
flip them.
tubes.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
And then the water goes and like goes through it.
I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah. I remember them being like easy enough. Maybe I didn't play on like a hard enough difficulty, but I remember them being easy enough to kind of like breeze through them. But I don't know what I'm missing in BioShock 2 though with the hacking.
In BioShock 2, it's done with a dart gun, so you can hack things remotely, which is
Oh,
really
yeah.
nice.
You can
And
shoot through like fences
it's-
and shit.
Yeah. Broken windows. You can
Yep.
hack what are the bots?
The
can hack
secure
those-
bots or whatever.
Yeah, you can hack those things from a distance and stuff. Super cool.
That is cool.
And
I
then,
remember
then
that.
there's different kinds of hacking ammunition too. There's like auto hack darts and stuff that will
Oh
just
yeah.
like override the hacking minigame. But the hacking minigame is done in real time, so you can take damage and stuff while you're doing it.
Hmm.
It doesn't pull you into a different screen, and it's just a timing puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's
really
just-
is. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to nail the timing on a needle that's going back and forth when it's in the sweet spot,
Hell yeah.
and it's super quick.
Joe's all about hitting that sweet spot.
Another improvement, I think one of the worst mechanics in the first game was also the camera.
Oh, really?
The camera was in the first game was not very fun to use because you have to.
Oh, you're talking about
equip
the
it.
actual camera that you have to pull out to like photograph the things to get like upgrades and shit.
Right, so you can get
Yeah, okay.
upgrades, bonus damage, and stuff. And
Yeah. I
forgot
BioShock
about
1,
that,
it's
yeah.
again, it's really slow and clunky to use, just like hacking. You've got to equip the camera and then take a photo, and this whole time you're in the middle of a fight, usually, because you can't taking photos of corpses gets you less research data.
Hmm.
In BioShock 2, it's a film camera. So you initiate filming and then you go into combat. And the goal is, I think you get like 30 or 45 seconds to do as much damage in different ways with different weapons to this NPC, to whatever NPC you're filming. And it's just a lot more streamlined, smoother, better experience for getting upgrades while still keeping the same core like mechanic principle. It's still kind of the same mechanic. It's just overhauled to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're passionate about this. You're very much a BioShock 2 over 1 guy. And this is not the first time I've heard you say this.
And
for sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to play BioShock 2 and report back to you, Joe, on that because
You just played 1 like a year ago.
it was more than it was maybe more than a year ago. But
Was it?
I have the second one, so I might as well
You might as well do it.
play it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's good.
It's a
Even
good
if you
game.
don't like it as
Yeah.
much as
Yeah.
the first game, it's
Still a
fantastic
good game. Yeah, I still like it a lot. I like it a hell of a lot better than the third, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Do not like
Yeah.
the third. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Cool, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for the hot take, Joe.
of course.
Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right. See you,
Bye.
Joe.
Peace.
All right. Well, we've been having quite a few technical difficulties so far, so we've had to like stop multiple times. You might not even be able to notice while you're listening,
Yeah, it's
but
been a bear, dude.
yeah,
It's been a rough episode.
if you've been watching, now we're down to one camera. We're not going to get into the why, but
we don't know yet.
yeah, we don't know yet. Hopefully, we don't have to perform surgery on any of our equipment here, but yeah, apologies for that. If you want to see the meltdown on video, you can find us on YouTube. You can watch our whole podcast episodes. You can see where things kind of went wrong, but
yeah.
but we're recovering as much as we can here.
The callers also have been great, so
yeah.
I appreciate the callers. Are we gonna try and shoot for one more?
We might have one more calling in here. One sec. Let's see if let me see if we got one more on the line possibly.
Hey, what's up, homie?
Hey, is this who is this? Is this Bruce?
This is El Guacho, El Capo Guacho.
El who? El Guapo Caucho?
That means handsome something or other.
What's up, guys?
El
What
Guapo
up?
Gaucho, you are actually live on the air on the Bald Buds podcast right now. We
Oh,
are
God.
we are looking for people's hot takes. So
Okay.
we are
So sorry for the cold call, but we'd love to know what your hot take is, man.
yeah, we're
Cold
kind of
call,
more
man.
so framing
This is
this
the
as
hottest
like
call I've gotten all day.
I love it.
we're also kind of framing the hotline more as like you've been calling us. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
pretending you called in with a hot take here. So we're
Oh,
hoping
is
you
up.
want to restart?
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were role playing.
No,
today.
man. No, it's been a bit.
I saw you Snapchatting me, so I was like, oh, he might be available. We're recording right now. Let's see if he's got something.
Oh, you know I'm single, ready to mingle. Let's do this.
Hell yeah.
All right. So do you have a hot take or like a controversial take on, could be anything. We've had quite a variety of people calling in with different hot takes so far.
Ooh, man, you know what's a hot take for
Let's
me?
hear it.
Having in and outdoors.
Oh, like
like ones that are labeled as in and ones that are
Yeah.
labeled as out.
Yeah.
I was picturing like saloon style doors where it's like
no, in and outdoors, man.
I get what you're saying.
Nobody fucking follows it anyways.
They're like,
True. It's
Quick
true.
Trip has them. They've
'Cause
got
it does, and nobody fucking follows it.
yeah. Quick Trip's got one
No.
side is in, one side is
Yep.
outdoors,
And it never.
So do you feel like we should just make them all universal?
No, I think we should chop people's hands off who goes in the wrong door.
Now that's controversial.
That's a hot take.
But yeah, think about it. Think how much money they would spend on printing those stickers and shipping them to every gas station that's got an in and out door, or just any place.
Right.
That's got to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like a wasted expense of at least $1 million.
I've never thought about this before. That's so interesting. But yeah, it's now that you bring that up, Bruce. Yeah, you're right, man.
In and outdoors.
Or El Guapo, sorry.
El Guapo
El Guapo.
Caucho. Are you snacking on something right now? It sounds like I caught you mid eat.
You know what I was eating?
What?
And an ice cream sandwich, man.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
man, the things I would do for a Klondike bar.
What would you
Ooh.
do? Chop somebody's hands off?
Yeah, can't say it on air. I don't think.
All right.
Oh,
All right, man. Well, we were just calling to see if you had a hot take, so we appreciate that.
word.
That was a good hot
That
take.
was a good hot
honestly.
take, yeah.
All right, guys.
So unprepped and unbothered. Thank you, Bruce. We appreciate the hot take.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, love you both.
All right, love you.
Bye.
See ya.
Love how our wives don't even say I love you, and he does.
Or someone else said I love you. Maybe that was
Oh, it's my brother.
was
I
your
think that was my brother. Yeah.
our own wives don't even say it. Mine tried hitting on me though. So
Yeah, that was awesome. That was
She
I
shot
was
her shot.
dying. Also, her take was my favorite out of all of them.
Oh, really? The credit card
Mhm.
thing?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. That really, as she started talking, I was like, it doesn't make sense.
Your like ears were smoking when she was saying
yeah,
that.
I was like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Well, hey, I got one more thing I wanted to tell you about,
Okay.
and then we can wrap this up. We've been filming for a minute here. I know I told you a little bit about what I've been kind of trying to do in my neighborhood lately, but I didn't get into the details because I was waiting to talk to it about on podcast.
Like in terms of like landscaping stuff, or
In a way, kind of. We had noticed that there is a flock. No, what do they call it? A murder of crows.
oh, you had me worried. For a second.
A murder of
I
crows.
was like, what did you find in your basement now?
No, nothing like that. There's a murder of crows in a tree that's right across the street from our house, so at our neighbor's house.
How many is a murder?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I would say that there's at least 3 or 4
Okay.
that are in the tree. So a good handful.
They're crow bros.
Crow bros. Yeah, crow bros.
All right.
We started hanging up crow bros. We started hanging up bird seed and bird feeders and whatnot because we're getting old and we're just fascinated by birds all of a sudden.
I've
become a bird guy.
okay.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You're gonna get pretty soon. You have like your own like ring camera out there, like a GoPro. Like
Dude, we've been getting hummingbirds. Sick as hell to see a hummingbird in real life.
they're cool.
Like right outside your window too. It's insane.
Their wings just look like a blur.
It's the first time I think I've ever been that close to one. Because it's like literally like, you know where our couch is. There's a window right next to the end of our couch.
Hmm.
We hung it on that window. So if you're sitting on the
Oh,
end of the
sure.
couch,
You can open up the blinds and
they're literally like right here.
that's cool.
It's really cool. Yeah. But anyways, we noticed these crows, and I was like, "Oh, crows are so cool! I love the movie The Crow. If we
Mm.
ever do the movie swap from our childhood, that's the one I decided
Okay.
is The Crow, because you've never seen it, right?
I don't think I've seen The Crow.
You
No.
gotta watch The Crow.
Okay.
But I love crows. I love the movie The Crow. So I started doing some generic research on crows, and I found through watching videos and reading stuff that crows are one of the most emotionally intelligent creatures on the planet,
They are smart.
along the side of dolphins and killer whales, orcas,
elephants.
elephants. Yep, they have their brain, even though it's the size of a walnut, it has as much emotional intelligence as a 7-year-old child.
That's wild.
It's insane. It's
Huh.
crazy to me. So then I just started going down this rabbit hole. Crows will recognize faces.
Okay.
So one crow might see your face and they know that's you. That's Ryan. So that if you
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
so they even if you're like miles away and they see you miles away, they're gonna be like, that's my guy, Ryan, sort of thing.
Okay.
And they're one of the only creatures that understands time. They understand the future, which is, I know it sounds really weird. Like you might have like a squirrel that has an instinctual. You might think a squirrel understands time.
Well, as we discovered, squirrels are not real.
That's true.
So
That's true.
maybe-
Well, not talk about squirrels. Let's
Bunnies.
talk about bears.
Okay, bears.
A bear, you might think, understands the future by prepping for it, by eating a ton to hibernate, right?
Okay.
That's an instinctual thing. But crows will do things intentionally to set them up for success in the future that is completely like non-intuitive or completely like super creative type stuff, right? They'll be like, I'm going to take this little stick I found and I'm going to prep this thing up against this little piece of wood because I know there's a caterpillar that comes out of this little thing at 2:00 every day or whatever, and I'm gonna be ready for it, you know.
So they're smart with like short-term survival stuff instead of just like the long-term.
That, and also like things that bring them joy. I don't have an example off the top of my head, but like they'll do things in like that will benefit them in the future that will like bring them joy.
Okay.
Like maybe they'll like set up like a something to collect rainwater to be able to like
Splash in. Or...
splash in down the road when it rains down the road, sort of thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm giving a really bad example for like the future prepping stuff, but I saw online, and it's pretty common that you can actually befriend your neighborhood crows.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm trying to do right now, is I'm really trying to befriend those 4 crows that are in those the
crow
trees.
bros.
The crow bros. The
Okay.
crow bros. I don't know the difference between them, but there's like a 4-step process.
Okay.
It's really embarrassing and really weird, but the first step.
You got to get naked.
No.
Okay.
You gotta walk outside your house naked.
Because you got to know. They got to see who you are.
They gotta remember that dick.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
Because they're smart, you know. They.
yeah, they're like, that's my dick. What was I saying? Oh no, first step.
I sidetracked you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. First step is, you have to talk to them, which is really weird.
Okay.
And they actually, if you talk at them and you smile, they recognize a smile even as being something positive, which
So
is
remind me again. They're across the street from you in a different bush or
across
like
the street in a tree.
in a tree. Okay.
They're like way up in a tree.
So do you like cross the street and like
No, so I get
smile
out
at
of
your
my
tree and like
car.
talk to them? Like
Yeah, I get out of my car, so I'll pull in. I get out of my car, and I'll look up there, and I'll smile and be like, "Hey guys!"
from across the
From
street.
across the street.
Okay.
Yep, that's why it's kind of weird,
Your
right?
neighbors are like, "What is?"
Yeah, I also do the same thing.
Like, is he
But-
talking to God out there? Is he like, who's he talking to?
I'm already in step 2 because of that.
Oh,
So they'll talk to me back. So I'll come out. They'll be silent.
mm-hmm.
I'll stand there for a little bit. I'll do something around. I'll look at them. I'll smile. I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, crows?" And they'll go, "Rah, rah, rah." They'll start talking back to me.
They will.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then we've noticed we started eating outside on our front porch a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
It's getting nice or whatever. So they're still in view of us where we're eating. Anytime we come outside, they fly over into our yard. And they
Really?
watch us the entire time we're out there.
Do you like feed them or anything or
Not yet.
no?
Not yet. So I'm getting there.
Okay.
That's step 3. So so they'll just like watch us. They'll be watching us and whatnot. They say that you need to feed them by their home.
Okay.
So that's the thing that I need to talk to my neighbor and be like, "Yo, if I'm really trying to befriend these guys, can I like maybe like leave some stuff like, you know, around their home?"
Is
Because we did try leaving stuff out. We tried a bunch of stuff. We put like we put shrimp out for them at one
Okay.
point in time, like but just a bunch of crap. They didn't ever go for it.
Like, was it in on your porch or like
We put it like on our we have that lamp in our front yard.
by the lamp?
Yeah, we put them
Okay.
on top of the lamp. So
Oh,
people,
like not even on a plate. It was just like stuck to your.
yeah. Or on the front porch, or kind of like when they would fly, like where they land in our front yard, we put it
Just,
like
like,
kind of by there.
Picture people like walking by your house, being like,
The shrimp
like,
thing is
"Do
weird.
you see the shrimp on that lamppost?
Yeah,
How did they get there?"
yeah. I was speaking out about that too because Alice was very adamant that it needed to be on the lamppost.
So that's crazy. Even though you're across the street, you're not close enough to be considered feeding them at their home.
Yeah, you need to like do it like at their home, and then once you do that, then they should come like even closer to you. It says like online, and then the final step is you start leaving them at their home shiny objects
Okay.
because they actually they understand the concept of a gift, which is crazy. And they love shiny things. So if you leave them shiny things, they'll start to bring you shit. And
Okay.
that's what I'm stoked about. That's what I'm like, dude, if I can get my neighbor on board with me feeding them at their tree in the front yard.
Yeah, that's like the last hard step for you
That's
guys.
like the last hard step. Then I can get into the treasure thing, and then they're gonna start bringing me gum wrappers. They're gonna start bringing me bottle caps. They're
You're
gonna
gonna start a collection.
oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
I hope this becomes like a recurring bit where you bring your objects and show them on the podcast.
I hope I can get to that point, man. I
You're
really
like,
do.
we haven't filmed in a couple of weeks. Here's what the crows have brought me.
The Crow Bros.
The Crow Bros.
So I don't know, nothing too crazy, but
Oh, that's
hopefully
good.
one day I'll have a little crow friend
I hope you
or
do.
a couple. Yeah,
I think you're on your way. I think you've got
they know who I am.
you've got some
I'm
companions.
not crazy.
Yeah.
They definitely are like
The whole talking to you
aware.
part is
they're self-aware of it.
do they talk to Alice too or
Oh yeah.
okay? Oh, they do. Okay.
Yep.
Wild. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see how your crow bro relationship grows.
Hell yeah.
Grow with the crows.
Well, hey, we're kind of reaching time here. I want to say thank you to the viewers, or thank you for the callers, I should say.
Yeah, we had some really good hot takes.
That was
so
good. Yeah.
Thank you for calling in and breathing a little bit of different life into the podcast here. We definitely appreciate it.
I want to do more stuff like that, and apologize for the technical difficulties.
Yep.
But overall, it was fun.
We'll get
and
through it. Yeah.
We're fucking bald, man.
And make sure you listen to the next episode because we'll be doing a recap of the bachelor party bonanza trip. So make sure you tune in to see what kind of trouble we get into. Maybe we show some clips from it
Let's do it.
if they're podcast appropriate.
Maybe
and
we do a podcast at the party.
maybe we do. You'll have to tune in to find out. You'll have to see
Yep.
what kind of trouble we get into.
Heck yeah, man. Stay bald.
Love you, Baldies.
Peace.